CosmeticCenter.com.
Good morning, America. Breaking news. Hurricane Florence slamming the East Coast right now, pounding the coast with life-threatening storm surge and hurricane-force winds hitting 90 miles an hour.
The emergency situation right now in New Bern, North Carolina, where hundreds are trapped in homes, on roofs, in cars. We're speaking with some of them live as rescue crews and the volunteer Cajun Navy race to save them.
Now fears growing of catastrophic flooding, up to 40 inches of rain, 8 months worth in just a few days. Power already knocked out for hundreds of thousands. We're tracking the monster storm as it barrels ashore on our air. Our team right there in the storm zone. A special edition of Good Morning America starts now.
Live in Times Square and across the storm zone, this is a special edition of GMA, Hurricane Florence, State of Emergency.
Good morning, America. Let's get right to that breaking news. Hurricane Florence has hit the East Coast right now. I want to take a live look at Wilmington, North Carolina right there. We have Amy Robach there, our correspondent. You see the winds picking up across Wilmington right now, the rain coming down. Hurricane Florence hit as a Category 1.
And we'll talk to Ginger also in just a moment, but the hurricane roaring ashore as a Category 1 storm, packing winds topping 90 miles per hour. Well, now, one of the reasons it's so dangerous, it's moving slowly, just hovering over towns, hammering them for hours with torrential rain up to 40 inches in some areas.
We're already seeing that life-threatening storm surge up to 10 feet in New Bern, North Carolina, where the situation is growing so desperate. Rescue crews have already been called in to save hundreds of people.
And we'll talk to the mayor of New Bern in a moment, but our extreme weather team is spread out all over the storm zone, as you can imagine. We're going to begin with World News Tonight anchor David Muir, who's there in Wilmington, North Carolina, where they're seeing that torrential rain right now. Good morning, David.
Robin, George, Michael, good morning to you. The eye of Hurricane Florence is expected right here in Wilmington imminently. In fact, the eye wall has already made landfall. It's moving inland. You can see the winds are just ferocious right now. Wind gusts reported up to 97 miles per hour right on the coast. And I want to show you over here just how strong this is as it comes in. And as you mentioned, there's already an emergency situation playing out north of here in New Bern, North Carolina, where a number of people have already had to be rescued. 150 people remain on the second floor in their attics with the waters fast rising in that city. Two rivers converging there. Both of those rivers rose so rapidly people had no time to get out of their homes. Take a look.
This morning, Hurricane Florence now crashing into the Carolina coast.
There goes part of a dock.
As fears of catastrophic flooding have already been realized. In New Bern, North Carolina, an emergency situation already playing out. The formerly calm streets have now been flooded as waves now reach first-floor windows.
It's starting to get deep out, folks.
200 residents already rescued. They tell us this morning 150 are still trapped. The town is now advising its residents to move up to a second floor or an attic because, quote, we are coming to get you. This house fire igniting after a transformer blew in the hurricane's path. Firefighters frantically hitting on the front door, putting out that blazing inferno. In nearby Jacksonville, rescuers summoned to a Triangle Motor Inn, where they have rescued people there as well. The Jacksonville High School is completely submerged. 300,000 North Carolina residents are without power this morning. Authorities are now warning people to prepare for days, possibly weeks in the dark. With winds now raging up to 90 miles per hour, so strong the roof of this gas station collapsed. That roof then blowing away. In some area, rainfall could hit 40 inches or more, and life-threatening storm surges now on the rise, even as high as 11 feet, already inundating homes.
Look how deep this is now.
Florence's earliest victims are along the coast, the Barrier Islands. Take a look at the waves crashing inside this home in North Topsail Beach. First responders this morning are now bracing for the worst, while officials urge people who did stay here to stay vigilant.
To anyone still unwilling to take this storm seriously, let me be clear. You need to get yourself to a safe place now and stay there.
And inside the command center here in Wilmington, the city's police chief telling us his family has already evacuated.
When you look at that hurricane over your shoulder, what concerns you most?
I see
I see a biblical proportion flood event that's going to occur. I see the beach communities being inundated with water, and destruction is going to be pretty epic in nature.
It was really striking when I heard the police chief tell me this is going to be biblical. What they are prepared for are not only the winds, and I'll show you again here. Look at the sheer amount of water already arriving, and the eye of Florence isn't even here yet. What they're most concerned about is the rain. It's expected up to 40 inches of rain, and this is going to last all the way through today and into tomorrow, Robin. They know that storm surge is a real issue as that emergency situation plays out in New Bern, where there are multiple families, a number of them still in their homes. Again, some of them on the second floors. There is one report this morning. We talked to an emergency official in New Bern who told us that there are some people on top of their roof. So we will stay on this all morning long.
I spoke with the mayor of New Bern, and we're going to share that in just a moment. But what else did the police chief say about the biggest concern right now there where you are, David?
You know, you heard the authorities there, Robin, say, take these warnings seriously and get out. Time has run out to do that. You've got to hunker down now. And what the police chief told me is that what concerns him most, Robin, is the fact that now that Florence is just about here, it's going to be churning here for hours. This is a really slow mover. It's a monster of a storm, more than 400 miles wide. And he wants everyone to know, if they're in need of help, it could take hours, if not a full day or more, to get to them. So this is a very dire situation already beginning to play out here, Robin.
Yeah, so we want you and everybody in the crew to stay safe as possible. But thank you, David. We'll get back to you in just a little bit, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. And you can see how strong those winds are from Hurricane Florence, ripping roofs off of buildings. Ginger is in the thick of it right now in Wilmington, North Carolina. And Ginger, you've already had 12 hours of tropical storm force winds and could see another 30 hours through tomorrow night.
And I will tell you, Michael, standing here, that is quite an unbelievable feeling, because right now we are in the most vicious part of this storm, the eye wall, with gusts upwards of 91 miles per hour. The National Hurricane Center just put out the statement, landfall is imminent. So it is happening at Wrightsville Beach likely, and we will get the final report here very soon. You're seeing on the radar as that thing comes ashore so slowly. We have been tortured here with gusts up to 100 miles per hour, one of the buoys right off of Wilmington, 97. The numbers in the wind are amazing, and they will stay with us. That's the craziest part of this, is that the extent of it, right? 80 miles outside of the center has hurricane storm force winds. Watch the clock. That red, that's hurricane force. That stays with us through tomorrow morning, just north and west of Myrtle Beach. So just because you're not in Wilmington this morning and not in this washing machine that is Florence, don't think that you aren't getting it. It's just taking its sweet time to get to you. The other thing is, while I've been standing here for the last hour and a half, power transformers have been blowing, the sky filling with green until the sun just coming up. Guys, I'm about to experience something with a lot of other folks in Wilmington. You're seeing that video there as the sky lit up. I'm about to experience something after this vicious eye wall gets out of here that I haven't yet as a storm chaser in nearly 20 years. We're about to see the eye. We'll be able to see straight up. Things will go from this to calm within the 8 o'clock hour. And you'll see that coming up here on Good Morning America.
All right, Ginger, you could just see the sheer power of the storm just from you standing there from the images earlier. And Amy is also in Wilmington. And Amy, tell us what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah, I'm just a couple blocks away from Ginger and from David, and we've been out here for close to 2 hours, and the deteriorating conditions are astounding. I mean, people talk about, oh, it's just a Category 1 storm, it's been downgraded. I'm telling you, this is what a Category 1 storm looks like. It is ferocious, and these winds are whipping, and we've been talking about it, it's not moving quickly. So this is going to be the state of things here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and beyond for hours and hours and hours. And we are in a very safe location. We actually have protection from the wind, which is hard to believe when you see the power of this wind right now. This is why authorities have urged people, if you decided to stay, to hunker down. When we walked down below into our lobby this morning, our lobby of our hotel already flooded with water, and we already saw down trees in the 2 blocks we had to drive to get to this location. We're high up, about 6 stories up right now, so we're safe from any floodwaters, but of course the rain and the flooding is what people are most concerned about. And yes, Wilmington is in the dark. We are without power. Anyone who has a generator might be lucky, because there is no power here in this area, and authorities expect those numbers to increase throughout the coastline here. But we are safe, and I have to hold on. These winds are no joke here coming in, and we are bracing for the worst throughout the morning and throughout the afternoon, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Amy. And you see that and you realize it's just getting started, unfortunately, and please hunker down and be safe.
Yeah, and we've been hearing about that desperate situation in New Bern. Want to go now to one couple trapped in the flooding there, Jay and Sherry Schreiber, and joining us by phone. And tell us, Jay, exactly where you are right now. I know you're in your condo up on the 2nd floor.
We are at the Scottsdale condos next to the Doubletree Hotel, facing the Trent River, watching it rise up.
And how high is it?
Yeah, I would say it's probably 12 feet up from normal, and even if the storm were to stop right now, it would still take almost a week for all that water to drain out.
Wow. So what are you seeing from your windows at this moment?
I see the water is up to the railroad trestle, a lot of debris out there, some heavy things that shouldn't be this close to buildings.
Catamarans?
There's the catamarans that are tied off. They are almost stretching their ropes.
Were you expecting it to be this bad?
We knew it would be bad. We had a lot of friends from Twin Rivers Baptist Church and the post office where we worked that decided to leave. But where we're at, we have 4 stories in our building. We can go up higher if we have to. And the trouble in getting back after all this water subsides from New Bern, you still have Kinston and the outlying areas where the water stays even longer. So it's a choice of, do you leave and not be able to get back, or if you try to come back, you get halfway and you're stuck again.
So are you going to try to ride out the whole storm there in your condo right now, or are you in touch with authorities who are coming to try and find a way out?
Right now, we are planning on staying. We have sufficient supplies in the refrigerator and canned goods. We also have a lot of candles and batteries. We've got some good people here in the building also that stayed with us.
Well, you sound calm. We hope you're okay. We're glad you've got the supplies there, and we know it's a tough situation right now. Good luck over these next several hours. Robin?
Yeah, staying put where they are. Turn now to Rob, who's tracking the storm and has the very latest on where it is right now and where it's heading. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, guys. Unfortunately, it has slowed down. That is what we've talked about. That's what we feared, and it is a large, lumbering storm. Look at the size of this thing on the satellite picture. It extends across the entire state, or on the coastline of North Carolina, almost all of South Carolina, and then stretching up into Virginia. Now, the fact that this has slowed down obviously creates a myriad of problems, including rainfall, including just the amount of time that these hurricane-force winds are pounding the coastline. Now, we've already had over 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts, actually last night across Atlantic Beach out there, and we've seen 90-plus-mile-an-hour wind gusts at Wilmington, where most of our team is, and now the eye wall is pushing through there, and they're about to get into what Ginger talked about, the eye of the storm, which is the calm of the storm. You get sinking air. In some cases, you get clear skies. They'll get a little bit of a break, but I can assure you, even though there's not a whole lot of convection on the immediate backside of this thing, it is no bargain, because actually the winds that extend for hurricane force and tropical storm force extend farther on the eastern flank of this than they do on the western flank, which means it's going to be with us even longer. So we've got the storm push, the storm surge. The deal with North and South Carolina is that they have these barrier islands, and then they have these sounds that have a lot of water in them and a lot of rivers that pour out into those sounds. They are all jammed up now because the winds are slamming against the flow of those rivers, and we're seeing serious storm surge aside from the surge that's happening across the beaches there. 7 to 11 feet in many cases, and through several tide cycles. And here is your forecast track. So Myrtle Beach, you're going to get it likely as a Category 1, remaining and keeping its strength, I think, through much of the day today, and then peeling off towards the northeast, which means not so much wind up there, but a lot of rain, not just 20 to 30 here, but upwards of 3 to 4 across the Northeast. So everybody in the northeastern third of this country is going to get a piece of Florence, unfortunately. Guys, back to you.
And Rob, when you see Category 1, don't be fooled by that. People, you know, because it was thought to come across as a 4, just because it's a 1 does not to be taken lightly.
Look, there's a reason that they call it a hurricane, and this is a top-end Category 1 storm, and it is much larger than your typical Category 1 storm. So the sheer size of this really is daunting.
Okay, Rob, thank you.
And Jacksonville, North Carolina is also getting pummeled by the storm right now. People trapped in homes and hotels trying to get rescued. ABC's Victor Okendo is there right now. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. We are getting hammered by Hurricane Florence right now here in Jacksonville. The rain has just been relentless all night long, and now these winds are getting even stronger, right around 80 miles per hour. We've checked in with emergency officials. They tell us that the roads are flooded. They're dealing with a lot of down power lines, and there is major structural damage in this area. They had to rescue some 70 people that were stuck inside of a hotel. Some of those guests reported basketball-sized holes in some of their rooms. They had to get everybody out of there. It was a dangerous situation, but thankfully, nobody was hurt. Here in Jacksonville, we're about 20 miles inland from the coast. The major concern here is flooding, but down there, storm surge. That's their big worry. Reports already topping 6 feet, and given where the eye wall is right now, we could be looking at weather like this for many, many hours to come. Michael?
All right, thank you, Victor. And like you said, thankfully no one was hurt. George?
And Michael, Wilmington is bearing the brunt of that eye wall right now, so we want to go right back to Ginger, who is in the middle of it.
Oh, and we are in the middle of it hard. I'm telling you, now we have surpassed the highest wind gusts that they've seen here in Wilmington since the 1960s. So it's past Fran and past Floyd. Guys, the wind is not the only issue. I'm seeing the streets here, and we're on a very high part in Wilmington. I'm seeing the streets fill with water. I've just seen signs flying across the roads here, and the deck that we are standing on, boards have started ripping up from the end of it. So we are really in the heart of this storm. Again, the eye wall is always the most violent part, and we are feeling and seeing that here in Wilmington. As Rob said, even after we get into the eye, there's still going to be hours long of at least tropical storm force winds, but hopefully nothing like this. All right, we're gonna, the boards are coming up. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go in, guys.
Please take shelter, please, Ginger, please. We'll go back to Rob right now, and oh goodness, when you see those kinds of scenes like that. But Rob, the storm surge, just explain to people how dangerous it is.
Well, we often say, you know, you can hide from the wind, but you've got to run from the water. You got to get away from higher ground. You got to get to higher ground from low ground. And obviously, this is all low ground here, the tidewater, and they call it the low country because it is just that. It is at sea level. So we've had the storm surge warning, which is a new product actually out of the National Hurricane Center to emphasize just how deadly and dangerous storm surge can be, because people don't often get the message with it. 7 to 11 feet of surge, and in some cases we've already seen that. And again, we're going to see a couple of high tide cycles of this, and this 3D graphic that we have shows you kind of exactly what happens when the water. It's not a tsunami. This thing builds over time. The wind is driving this. In some cases, the low pressure is helping, but it's really the wind just piling up the water, piling up the water. Depending on the bathymetry, or the bottom part of the ocean will depend on how high it gets. In the Gulf, it's worse. On the east coast of the U.S., it's no bargain either, and that water eventually pushes up on line, infiltrates your home. Look, it does it slowly. You know, so people think, oh, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. Then all of a sudden, it's in the first floor of your home, and in some cases, the second floor of your home, and that's where we're hearing these calls for help from folks who thought they'd be safe, but now here comes the surge. All right, you are up to date now on what's going on with Hurricane Florence. Our coverage continues in a moment, but first, it's time for your weekend getaways, brought to you by A Simple Flavor.
Hi.
Stephanie, I need your help. Can you come over?
Yeah. 5 days ago, my best friend Emily went missing.
My wife, you're so fiercely private.
I'm realizing I don't know her as well as I thought I did.
You go poking around in her past, you're gonna find it terrifying. People do terrible things for their own reasons.
You knew more than you were letting on.
I smell her like a ghost.
It's you being paranoid.
A Simple Favor, rated R, now playing. Well, kind of feeling the effects of Hurricane Florence. Even here at home today, it is going to be breezy, overcast, humid. Temperatures in the 70s with scattered showers. So keep the umbrella at the ready. And of course, your Stormwatch 7 weather app, you can always see the new track of Florence right there on the palm of your hand. Hey, as we head into the weekend, a lot of cloud cover, temperatures in the 70s, a little breezy as well. Just a 30% chance of a shower on Saturday, Sunday, even lower rain chances. So get out and enjoy.
Coming up, much more on Hurricane Florence. We're going back into the storm zone, speaking with the mayor of New Bern, North Carolina, where so many people are trapped in their homes.